What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush, Let's Talk Jets Radio. We broadcast live every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's TRAUCH21. Please check out Let's Talk Mental Health on YouTube. It's a channel that talks about anxiety and depression and everything else. I would definitely appreciate that. This video is about Jamal Adams, and this is a very interesting topic that seems to not be going away. It seems to be getting some very interesting takes on both sides of the coin, where Jamal Adams, after a Pro Bowl season, an All-Pro season, wants a new contract, and he's not bashful about it. He is vocal about it, saying he expects a new deal this season. Joe Douglas, in his last press conference, says, you know what, we want to make Jamal Adams a Jet for life. So it seems like both parties had the same idea. Will they get a deal done? Can they get a deal done? And what are the implications? So now you look at Jamal Adams wants to be the highest paid player at his position. You know, looking at 15, 16, maybe 17 million a year. That's probably what he's looking for. Guaranteed money, you know, probably bigger than Landon Collins got. So you're looking at, this is going to be a mega deal. And where the interesting part comes is, this is only year 3. The Jets are not obligated to give him. He's under contract this year, could be next year as well. They don't have to really do anything. They can say, listen, here's our best offer, take it or leave it. If you want to leave it, you know, you're under contract, play it out. Now, Jamal could say, listen, I don't want this offer. I want to be the highest paid player with, say, whatever, $60 million guaranteed. If I don't get this, I'm going to hold out. Then what? And that's where this whole dynamic becomes interesting. And this really reminds me of the Rex Ryan, Darrelle Revis thing, where everybody praised Revis, praised him, best player, love him. Social media is all about him until his contract demands came out. And they're like, yeah, we're not paying you that. So how do the Jets handle this? And to me, it's like, you know, fans are saying, if he holds out, trade him. Then what do you get for Jamal Adams? And what's the impact of that? I mean, Jamal Adams is the face of your franchise. He is arguably your best player, one of the best young players in the NFL. You trade him, that is the heart and soul of your locker room, and that is going to set shockwaves all throughout the organization, and it's not even going to be close. So you better get 2 first-round picks, or you better get like a king's ransom for him, or you're going to look like jackasses. But then the other thing is, if he holds out and becomes a complete distraction, can you sign other free agents? What does that show your locker room? What does that, I mean, the Jets have painted themselves into such a corner with this. You know, to me personally, if I was Joe Douglas in the press conference, I would say, listen, Jamal is an excellent player. We'd like to find a way to talk contract, but this team has a lot of needs, and he's still under contract for 2 more years. Like, kind of handle it differently. You know, you could be a little more politically correct about it. To say you want to make him a Jet for life after you know he's looking for all the money in the world, you're almost committing yourself to getting a deal done. You have to get a deal done, or you're going to look foolish. And Jamal will play this game with the media. He knows how to play this and manipulate things. Where it's like, hey, listen, I told him I want to stay here. I told him I want this. The Jets don't want me back. The age is going to play games, and it's so interesting. And it's interesting to see that, you know, now fans are saying, you know what, Jamal's not worth $16 million a year. Okay, well, why not? He's one of the best young safeties in football. He's also good to the line of scrimmage. He's good rushing the passer. He adds a lot of value to this defense. Furthermore, if you don't want to pay him that, who else do you got to pay on this team? Yes, you got to pay Sam in a couple of years, maybe Marcus May. The Jets don't have anybody else to pay. I mean, they got to sign free agents, but in terms of retaining guys, especially if you don't want to keep like Robbie Anderson, I mean, you can give Jordan Jacobs back, you can bring Brian Poole back. But in terms of these mega deals, who is it going to? Like, and the salary cap numbers are going up. So the salary cap goes up. The Jets have plenty of cap space. You could justify paying him and moving on, and you won't even shed a tear on it. So for me, honestly, like, I know he's a safety, and you don't want to pay safeties. To me, you just pay him. You pay him, and you make him a part of your young core, and maximize his talent and move on. I don't think this team needs a distraction in terms of a contract holdout. I don't see them trading him because they can't sell tickets now. You trade Jamal Adams, you're never going to sell a ticket. I don't care what you get back. And then the locker room's going to start questioning things. So I respect the fans that say, you know what, give him his $14 million a year or trade him. I don't see it happening. I don't think Joe Douglas will do that, especially in his first year as general manager, first real year, first offseason. I just don't see it. And I respect the thought you don't want to pay him, but you're going to have to. I mean, you look now and you say, where are your highest paid players on the team? That C.J. Mosley contract staring you right in the face for a middle linebacker. Then you have Le'Veon Bell. You have Tremaine Johnson, who's going to be most likely get cut. So, it's not ideal to have all this money spent on defense when your offense is so bad, but this is a necessary evil. And he's going to be a piece of your puzzle for the years to come, at least next, say, 4 or 5 years. And I think you just get the deal done and save the circus, save the drama, and save these hot takes I can't talk tonight. I don't know why. Belittling Jamal Adams and diminishing what he brings to the field. I mean, look at the Giant game, for example. All the things he did in the Giant game. That's the kind of player you want to build your team around. The NFL is changing. NFL defenses are changing. And you need that versatile secondary player. And there are people like, oh, well, safety's not that important. I mean, Troll Polamalu and Ed Reed did crazy good things in defenses that are pieces of the Super Bowl puzzles. So Jamal can be that kind of guy. And without a litany of players you got to re-sign in the next couple of years, the money's going to be well spent. So there's a quick rant on it. I'm not sure it made any sense. We'll talk about it, I guess, again on Tuesday. But I'm surprised to see all these takes about Jamal Adams. Like, don't pay him, got to get rid of him, got to trade him. He's only a safety. In my opinion, he's a lot more than that. So I'll talk to you guys later.